Right, hello everyone. I've not done anything really lately. I haven't been too good, to be honest. I thought I'd got a bit of asthma, but anyway, with the rapeseed and everything's flowering, it was getting a lot worse, so I had to go to the doctors and did some breathing tests, and sure enough I've got got asthma, so I haven't really been doing an awful lot for the past month. Anyway, I started this a while ago. Let me just show you. It's the manifold off the V8. Get it in focus. And I cut the original carburetor tower off it. And this is a spare one because I got a one for when I did my Rover V8 intake. But what I want to do is, the original thing I did 2 blocks, but I want to change it to a single block welded to the actual cast. So I've done some more casting with the my backyard foundry, and I'm in the process of doing one. Well, I've just started one. I'll take it to the mill and show you what I've been doing. Right, I've measured it all up, worked out where the carburetor holes are going to be. Now the carburetor holes sit slightly inboard to the output holes on the manifold. So this is sat at a 4-degree angle. So the carburetor holes go down at an angle. And all around the outside has got to be cut off at 4-degree as well. But I wanted to do the holes first because they're easier. So just bored a hole through the centre, and I'm just using this little fly cutter to get to the right size. So there you go, that's what I'm doing. So let me just put you down somewhere and see if I can get a shot of what I'm doing. Let me just change the tripod and I'll be back in a minute. Right, let's see how this goes. Let's have a look. The other thing I did a while ago, this mill hasn't got powered down feed. The quill isn't powered. You've either got the quick or the slow. And what I did is I made up a little gearbox. Let me just show you. I made up this little gearbox with a motor. I can't even remember where I got this motor from, with a gearbox on it. And I made some more gears. And this is a little variable power supply, and that'll do 12 to 30 volts. The motor's a 24 volt, and it'll do forward and reverse. So luckily I can now power the quill. So that's what I'm using for this now. So there you go. Just thought you might like to see that, and anybody that's got a mill like this one can do it. The other mill had a powered quill, but it was physically a bit smaller, which is why I didn't go for it in the first place. But there you go. Swings and roundabouts. Right. Anyway, that's coming in. Okay. We can now engage that. Get that cable out the way. Out the way. That might be it, right? Right. Where do I put my glasses? Okie doke. Perfect. Right, there you go. Right, I'll bring you back when I'm doing the sides, but the motor drive works really well. Quite pleased with that. Right, cheers for now. Right, I've done the holes, the bores for the fuel. Right, now each side's got to be angled, mainly because when the carburettor sits on top it's got to be a perfect fit, because the levers on the carburettor have got to miss the outer edge, but I want it slightly wider at the bottom for welding onto the cast. So I've marked where the bottom needs to be and the top needs to be, and that works out at was it 4 or 4.5 degrees. I've got a little degree checker here. Four. Settling down. 4.5. 4. Yeah, that's tension out of it. That's near as damn it as to swearing. 4.5, 4.6. So I can do the ends easily enough. I've got to figure out I'm going to do the sides, because the sides have to be the same. So anyway, we'll figure that one out in a minute. Find some glasses. Couple of millimeters at a time, just to don't need to rush it off. Speed that up a bit. last cut. Nice finish. Right, I'll do the other side and then we'll work out how we're going to do the other parts. Cheers for now. Right, I've got my tilting voice out. That one's, yeah, 4.5 as well. Right, there we go. So I can leave that one on there now. Just turn it over. I'll use this. Should we go that way? We'll go that way. Go that way and the chips will flick the other way then. Right, that's 0. I suppose I could take the thing off and do that with a, probably be easier to do it with a milling cutter, wouldn't it? Yeah. Right, back in a minute. Right. Use a milling cutter instead. Do it in 2 passes. Just under and then do just a skim pass over the top. Yeah, looks good. Right. Okay. there you go. I'll do the other side and I'll show you when I've finished. Back in a bit. Cheers. Right. There we go. Right, that's a template of the bottom of the carb. So all I've got to do now is put the studs in for the carburettor. That turned out quite nice. And then that'll be welded there. Nice and even. So we've got an even flow down there, and there's a couple of little bits of this here that that I'll machine. I'll grind away with a die grinder that just interferes with the bottom of the carb plate, and then that'll be just about perfect. Right, that's good. I'm pleased with that. These are the original water channels that come up. They used to come up there, but I filled them in with weld, and then they used to go into the carburettor housing, out of a pipe, and into the choke system. So once the water got hot, then the choke would come off, you see. So but I've done away with all that because I've got a manual choke on mine. But the reason I want to do this is just to tidy it up. When I did the blocks idea, the 2 blocks, that was all I could think of at the time. And I can't remember whether I had. Oh yes, I did. I was going to say I can't remember if I did mill, but I did then. So anyway, I'm just going to polish the insides of these with some very, very, very fine emery, so they're nice and smooth and no flow restriction. And then we'll do the studs for the mounting, and then we'll try and weld it on. So I'll leave that for now, and we'll be back when we carry on. Cheers. See you later.